So I'm going to talk about the video. The 3 points that it made, I think, were very important, very specific. I didn't get some of the stories he had with it, like with the mother and the father, and like some of them I just found really vague about Chelsea Clinton marrying an Israelite. Like that just confused me. But other than that, there's still some good points. I like the idea of the mobile connectivity. Even though you're connected to many people, it's still personalized, and it kind of makes different groups that used to be in the past are now different in the present, like families. Before we had there were landlines, so the whole family was connected and united to this one device, the phone, the home phone. But now that everyone has their own cell phones, you aren't connected in that way anymore, and so you're still networked, but you're not as closely knit because you can hide much information on your phone and on your computers that the rest of your family doesn't know, like who you're talking to, what are you looking at, all those sort of things. So before in landline, if you were like talking on the phone to someone, like it was obvious you were talking to someone, and so then questions would be asked and all that, and they could hear what you were saying. So that's interesting to see how that concept has changed, and how at the same time our networks have grown bigger, but they're not as tightly knit because you can be talking to five people at once, constantly connected, but what the depth of those connections aren't as important because they don't have to be face to face interactions, which he pointed out face to face is still really important in today's society to continue to have those deep connections. Um, but and neighborhoods as well, as a result, are not as important because you can just be in your home connected to other people and not necessarily bound by the environment. So I think those are the two of the main key points that I connected with. And also another point that he made was that now even though there's less surveillance, face-to-face surveillance, there's more covalence where you're just creeping around on the internet, watching people. And now that we post everything that happens, like he said, the past will continue forever, and what you did 3 years ago, which you may or may not regret, will still be there for others to see, and you just have to deal with that, and other people can see it, and just the consequences of that, who knows what they can be. So those are some of the key points that I thought were interesting that he pointed out, and I think it's important to continue on with discovering more networks and what you can do with that kind of power.